Hello again, I am Blunty, and this is a 2-in-1 tablet PC that's been sent in for review from gearbest.com. And if what you're after is a tablet device but you don't want to compromise down from a full-featured Windows laptop, it's worth taking a look at. Because quite frankly, it surprised me. It's called the Cube Mix Plus, and it runs full 64-bit Windows 10 on top of a new Intel Kaby Lake Core M3 7Y30 dual-core CPU, which is Intel's new ultra-low voltage platform. It also features Intel's Turbo Boost technology to kick the CPU from 1.61 GHz to 2.6 GHz for extra power when you need it. And when you don't need all the power, it runs cooler and more power efficiently. And there's a lot of power for something this size. But I'll tell you right now, the back of the unit near where the CPU is can get pretty toasty under load. Like, so toasty you don't want to hold it there. Fortunately, its position is in a place where you don't tend to naturally want to hold the tablet anyway, so not a big issue, but it will shock you the first couple of times you touch it there accidentally. I mean, not to belabor the point, it's not dangerously hot or something, but, you'll notice when you touch it. Graphics are driven by an integrated Intel HD 615 GPU with shared video memory, and that of course means this is not going to be a gaming machine, but it can easily do some casual gaming. But the Cube Mix Plus is more at home being an ultra-portable productivity machine and web surfing machine, that kind of stuff. I don't know how much video I'd want to edit on it, but as a content creation platform for photo editing and all that kind of stuff and posting to social media and fiddling with all that kind of bits and pieces, it'll do just fine. The 10.6-inch 10-point capacitive touchscreen is an IPS full-view panel, 1920 by 1080p resolution, and it works really quite nicely. Very responsive and a surprisingly crispy and colourful image for a device at this price range. And the viewing angles are pretty decent too. There's 4GB of LPDDR3L RAM on board and a 128GB SSD SATA 3 storage drive for the system. You can also expand your storage via microSD cards. And as you may expect from a tablet device, you've got front and back cameras, a 2MP and 5MP camera respectively. But these are not especially impressive, especially in lower lighting conditions.
This, for example, is the front-facing camera with the studio lighting that I normally use for most of my videos. As you can see, even very well lit, it's still pretty grainy. The front-facing camera is less than ideal in lighting conditions, but the rear-facing camera, which is useless for videos like this because I can't see how I'm framed up, obviously, because the screen is pointing the other direction, is slightly better. Slightly.
But for snatching up a quick reference shot or a video call or something, they'll do just fine. Connectivity is actually pretty rich, starting at Bluetooth 4.0. You've also got dual-band Wi-Fi 802.11a/bgn, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. Signal strength at home and out and about in the world seemed quite good too. I had no issues at all with signal strength on public Wi-Fi or tethering to my phone's data connection. Hardline connectivity goes via USB Type-C and USB 3.0 micro B-type connections. They are flanked by the power-in and headphone ports. The keyboard accessory is great too, easily one of the better feeling such accessory keyboards I've ever tried. Typing felt really quite good actually, and the docking hinge feels strong both from a connection standpoint and keeping the display at an angle I like. Really quite confident feeling. The keyboard also busts you out an extra pair of Type A USB ports. The touchpad is a little small for my taste, but it feels quite lovely and it is nice and responsive. And you can dock to the keyboard in several ways, either laptop style of course, or you can flip it around for a presentation mode. You can even fold it flat for a tablet mode that doesn't require detaching and storing the keyboard. Of course you have to deal with the extra bulk this way, but it is quite convenient. The speakers are about what you'd expect from a tablet. They won't blow you away, but they do have a nice enough sound for casual stuff. And of course for movie watching or something, you've got the headphone port or the option of a Bluetooth headset. Battery life is on par with similarly spec'd laptops. Depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, you can expect anywhere between 2 and 5 hours of use. I found in normal mixed usage conditions throughout the day with some YouTube, some web surfing, some emails, and a bit of this and that, a bit of photo editing even, with the touchscreen brightness pulled back just a little bit, maybe about sort of 70 or 80%, and Wi-Fi turned on for the entire time, I was getting toward 4 hours of battery life without much issue at all. The unit has a plastic shell, but it actually feels very robust. And although I don't have a compatible pen to test this with, it does also fully support Windows Ink with a 1024 pressure level Wacom stylus pen compatibility. So it could also make a pretty sweet gadget for artists on the move. Quite frankly, for years now, I've avoided this kind of hybrid 2-in-1 tablet/laptop PC kind of thing because I didn't believe that the compromise between those two use cases left much room for a device much good at either job. But I was wrong, or at least I was right back then, and now it's time to change my mind on that, because now that we have Kaby Lake chips for these things, performance and battery life are both at very usable places. And if you want one of these, there are links and a coupon code in my down below area that'll bring the price down to $303.99 USD. I have no idea how long that will last, so have a think about it, but don't wait forever before pulling the trigger. Meanwhile, speaking personally, I think I can find a place for this little gadget in my workflows. Now all I need is to get a Wacom stylus pen for it and maybe use it as a portable digital sketchbook. The screen and the Windows compatibility also give me more options for photo editing when I'm out in the world too, above what I usually do on my iPhone. But thanks for watching, I am Blunty, and I'll catch you next time.